Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire in another glorious day in bonnie Scotland. John McGarry, for anyone who doesn't recognise him. Me and John started metal detecting together 25 years ago, give or take. Yeah. John very kindly in the springtime invited me up to one of his medieval castle permissions, which is where I got that fantastic, what we believe is a horse pendant with the armorial shield and design on it, gold gild castle and fleur-de-lis, which is not even at the museum yet. It's still in my house because I haven't had the chance, but they know about it. I sent them photographs, so it'll be going in sometime soon. So the two of us are back out. John had a hip replacement, what, December?
The 24th.
24th, Christmas Eve.
Yeah, Christmas Eve was not very
so
good.
Christmas Day was a great experience for him. So he'd not been detecting for what, about 8 or 10 years?
Yeah.
And he bought himself a Deus II, so to aid his recovery, and it's going very well.
Yeah,
so
so far, so good.
Pretty active, pretty mobile, and he's back into his detecting as well. So I have got him out. I'm returning the favour. We had a Roman silver denarius, and we had a cut half or a broken half short cross penny from 1180, 1250, something like that as well. So there is lots of history here. As ever, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please hit the button and help support the channel's growth. Right, looking forward to this, John.
Right.
Where's your hat?
In the house.
Oh no, he's as bad as me. Oh, we have to say a wee shout out to John's son, Ian.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, Ian. Right, let's go and see
what we can find.
Looking forward to it. 2 minutes in, we've got our first digger. I wouldn't say it's amazing. A button, a little bit of copper or lead. But it's always a live dig on the first hole. Still in there. I mean, you do get hammered coins away down at 40s and 50s. Which would be tremendous, but unlikely. But it does happen sometimes that you get an amazing find on the first. Well, it's a piece of lead. Just a wee thin piece of lead. Don't see any decoration or anything on it, but it's always a good sign of old occupation. A pretty tame target, this one, until it came out the ground. It was just mediocre, but I haven't had a lot of signals in the first half an hour, so I just decided to give it a shot once it came out from 4 spadefuls down. It was a banging 77. Now, that looks interesting, does it not? This looks familiar. I am sure that this is some sort of leather fitting or something. I'm sure this is possibly classified as. Let's give it a wee clean out in there. So, what do you reckon? Is that something ancient and epic or not? It's copper alloy, but let me know in the comments below. Interesting find. A lovely wee coin just up for John, just immediately after I got my little whatever it is. It's broken, unfortunately, but you can clearly see the head looking to the left. It is George II. So he ruled from 1727 to 1760. He's the last British monarch to lead an army into battle, the Battle of Dettingen, during the War of the Austrian Succession, which was what, 1740s or thereabouts, 1742 I want to say. But the interesting thing about it is, it's another Irish issue. So you can see the harp and the full coin fading in. It is a Hibernia, as we would call it. So an Irish issue George II halfpenny and at least 2 pints of beer. So, John, the pints are on you. Lovely wee coin. Well done, son. Great start. What's that? 40 minutes? 35 minutes? Brilliant.
It's there to see though, you can read it, you can actually see it.
Yep, it's very clear. Lovely wee coin. Shame it's broken. A very scratchy 50-ish signal from about 8 inches down. And I think that's part of a buckle. Yep, pretty certain that is. So yes, part of maybe a shoe buckle. It's curved, so I think it probably is a shoe buckle. Could be Georgian, sort of what, 1800s, but if you think otherwise, then let me know in the comments below. Signal of the day so far, with about an hour and a half on the clock. Although John literally just said that and he dug up a bottle top. We're out. Come on, give me a coin. Oh, I think we've got a coin. Yes! Oh, looks pretty crusty, but it looks like a coin. So, we're off the mark. Back to you in a minute. What a shame. I've given it the bendy thumb treatment, but I just can't see any detail on there. It's a little copper coin for sure. It's irregular in shape. It's fairly chunky. My guess would be it's either going to be George the First, George the Second, because of the irregularity of it. Or it could be a wee bit earlier, it could be like a William and Mary, or even back to the 1600s, it could be a bobby, a sixpence. But it's either an old Georgianish period copper halfpenny or a bobby. But either way, it's going to be from, at the most recent, the 1700s. And it is a coin, so I'm off the mark. Okay then folks, that's us. We've done a couple of hours on the smaller field. Okay, we got some decent little finds and targets. The Hibernia broken coin of George II for John. Possible leathery fitting plus the buckle plus the coin for me. So there's definitely targets over there. But the lure of this field next door, which is where the Roman silver denarius, which I think is Antoninus Pius from about 138 to 161 AD, give or take, 2nd century silver Roman came off this field. Anything's possible. It's covered in rig and furrow ploughing, which is probably medieval or post-medieval as well, which is the old ridge and furrow ploughing. We call it rig and furrow in Scotland. So this field has been farmed for hundreds and hundreds of years. Anything is possible, and as we already know, there's one bit of Roman here, so maybe there's more. Only one way to find out. First target in this field, 64. Ugh. I think there's some heavy rain on the way later on this week into next week, which will be long overdue. It's lead, more lead, but as I say, always a good sign, especially on an old site. And another quick target. That's 2 in a matter of minutes. 84. And out. Certainly a busier field than the last one. Oh, tell you what, I'm sure I saw a silver edge there. I'm sure I saw a silver edge. Maybe not. Oh no, I did. We've got a silver. Yes, yes, yes. We've got a silver threepence. Oh, it's Victoria. It's a young head Victoria. Let me just shout John and let him know. That is a really nice looking coin. So, off to a flyer. I can tell it's Victoria. I've got a date off the back as well. I think it's 1888. Stubborn wee bit of mud. And there's why. There's a hole in it. It is a beautiful coin. Really, really nice condition. Apart from a great big dirty hole in it. It's actually 1883, not 1888. But it is a silver 3p. Back to you in a moment. And there it is, cleaned up and dried off. Victoria de Gracia, Britanniarum Regina Fid Def, Defender of the Faith. And it is a 3p, 92.5% silver. 3 pints of beer, maybe slightly more. What could you get with a penny back then, 1883? Probably a small loaf of bread. Half a dozen eggs would be 1p. So it's a reasonable amount of spending power, and it is a really nice coin. Why has it got a hole in it? Well, it's maybe been worn on a chain, a bracelet as a charm, maybe even on a fob for a pocket watch. You never know, but tradition normally, in Scotland at least, when a girl gets married, she often wears a silver coin in her shoe for luck. Usually it's a 6p, but, well, maybe it was a 3p, and then maybe afterwards they drilled a hole in it to wear it as some sort of memento for luck. Either way, we've got silver, and it's almost the first target in this new field. We have another coin, and it is from the 1600s. So this is Charles I, Charles II era. It is a turner. It's completely toasty on this side. Can't really see anything bar the odd little dot. It is paper thin. It came through as a 60-64, and I did pretty well to actually manage to find it in the first instance, especially with the stubble as long as it is. And right about, where was it? I could see a little bit of a thistle. Maybe it's dried out a little bit. Nope, I think it's there. So you'll see it fading in. I know it's not perfect, but it just gives you an idea of what this coin would have looked like. But 1600s, Charles I, Charles II era, turner, Scottish copper, 2p. 1625 to 49 if it's Charles I, 1660 to 1685 if it's his son, Charles II. Brilliant, that's a good sign. Hopefully more to come. At this time, 68. Overdue something good. The last 15 or so holes have been junk. So the law of averages is usually kind of 1 in 10 is a good target. So I am definitely overdue a good find. If it's not out now, then we're back. Possibly is on the edge there. Either still in the ground or falling out. Oh, there we go. That is a coin, I think. And I think we've got another turner. Once again though, it is not in good condition, but it looks like it. Okay, back to you in a little second. It is completely toasted, but again, it is definitely a turner, Scottish copper, 2p from the 1600s, Charles I, Charles II era. That is what it would have looked like on the thistle side. And oh, you know what, actually, could be a thistle on that side. Let's redo that. So that is what the thistle would have looked like on this side, which means the other side would probably say CR with a crown, somewhere right about there. But it is a 1600s coin, albeit toasted. So again, there have been people here. Possibly this is consistent with the medieval, or the rig and furrow ploughing, the post-medieval ploughing from the aerial pictures, but again, paper thin. Still, it's a coin. We'll be stopping for some lunch just shortly, but we've got a screamer. John says it's a coin, otherwise he's going to eat my hat. So, well, wow. So we're up to 93 now. 92, so it's either silver, Georgian copper, or brass or a bottle top. It's none of the above. It's a great big bit of lead with a plug in it. Well, no wonder it was a screamer of a target. I think that is possibly... I've had similar to this before. Look, it's got leather round the top of it. Round there, like it's a plug. And I'm sure people have suggested that this is the lid off of maybe a tobacco jar or something like that. So, what, 1900s maybe? But if you know, comment below. The Royal Air Force checking up on us. What is that? Is that a Chinook? Can never remember what they're all called, but flying very, very low. Obviously doing a little bit of operational training. I mean, they're literally skimming the top of the trees, disappearing into the trees. Well folks, that's us. We've had lunch, we've had a wee half-hour break, refueled, re-energised, and multiple fields that we can tackle. So we're going to start off again in the field that produced the broken hammered silver, and there's a field next to that which has never been detected. I think we're going to give that a go. So we'll give this a go for about half an hour. It'll take us to walk across the field to the next one and see if there are any treasures to be found. First half hour, it's all been a little bit quiet, but this one is pretty decent signal, well worth a look. The wind is picking up as well. It's coming through as a coin, sounding a wee bit iffier there, possibly a bit of iron in there too. There we go, we've got a coin, fantastic. It kind of looks like a penny, I think. Yeah, I think it's a penny. Right, we'll do the clean up and get back to you. I have done my best with this coin, and you'll see up in the top right here, pretty certain it says 111, the Roman numerals for 3. So I'm pretty certain that this is George III, Mr. Potato Head, and it'll probably date to around about 1806. And also, I think it's a halfpenny, not a penny. On the back, unfortunately, pretty much toast. But it is a Georgian copper, and it is from the 17 or early 1800s. This one was actually on the surface. It is a coin. I have turned it every which way that I possibly can, but unfortunately I can't get any detail off it. I think it's probably a halfpenny, possibly Georgian, but it's hard to tell. Either way, it is definitely a coin, so another one to add to the mix. Another surface find. We've got ourselves a little oak nut, or acorn as other people might say. You'll see on the bottom it's got itself a little hole there. It doesn't go all the way through, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Leather decoration, piece of furniture, not particularly old. I think it's probably 18th or 19th century. Well folks, that is us. We're calling it a day. It's just coming up for 5:30 in the evening, so we've had a pretty long day. We're both fairly knackered. The afternoon was a bit of a damp squib. It didn't live up to much, unfortunately. But that's metal detecting for you. So let's have a wee look at the best from today. And there we go folks, so that is the best for me today. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins, plus a few little bits and bobs as well. I got silver, so that is always a great day. 1883 with a hole in it. For reasons we will never know, but still, it is a silver coin. I got 2 coins from the 1600s, turners, 2 pences. And then this one here, which is, I lost all of its detail. Could be a bobby, 6pence, could be a Georgian coin. And then another George III coin as well, which I was just able to identify and no more. It's kind of dried out a bit now, so that's as good as it gets. But still, I got this interesting little thing, which I'm sure I've seen in photographs before. Maybe it's some sort of leather decoration, belt fitting or something like that, rings a bell. I don't think it's like a cover for a keyhole, because that would be round, not square, that hole at the top there. So I'd be interested to hear what you all think. It certainly looks like it's got a bit of age to it. Part of a potential shoe buckle, probably Georgian, and then a big lead with a bit of leather around it, some sort of lid or such like. And then, don't think I actually featured this in the video, but it's got decoration on it. It's a little copper piece, purpose unknown, but very thin. So there you go, that's the best of my finds. Let's have a wee look at John's. And that is the best from John. He's laughing away. He says, come on, I've only got 2 coins, surely no one wants to see that, but everyone wants to see everything. Typical that the coin of the day, in terms of condition, is the one that's broken. But it's George II Irish issue halfpenny. You can see the harp there on the other side. You can see a very clear George II looking to my left. The other coin, possible bobby, possible halfpenny or even a farthing, quarter of a penny. We don't know of who though. And then this little chestnut, acorn, tree nut, as I once famously called it. I remember, because I couldn't remember what they were called. Oak nut. Is it an oak nut? What do you call these? I've forgotten again.
Acorn.
Acorn! Oh my goodness. It's embarrassing, isn't it? Right, there we go. So there you go. There's John's finds of the day. Unfortunately, not a great day for either of us in terms of ancient finds, but still better than none of it. So can't complain. So yeah, nothing immense, nothing amazing. Did get 1 silver. Did get, what was that then? I think I got 5 coins or 6 coins.
5.
You got 2, 5, so 7 coins between us. So that's not bad at all, is it? I'm sure there's going to be a lot more to come from these fields. We need some rain desperately because the ground is so dry. We also need the barley stubble to die back a little bit, make it easier to swing, but still, as John said, better than sitting in the house. So, as ever, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please hit the button and help support the channel's growth. Always a pleasure, John.
Thank you, John.
And yep, there we go. A great day. So thank you all for watching, and hopefully see you all on the next dig. And I'm sure John will be coming back out very, very soon. Big Simon's out tomorrow, so anything is possible. Mine Lab, Manticore against XP DEUS II. I'm sure we'll have some fun. Take care, and thank you all for watching. See you soon.